yet another attempt of a whisky review. What I'm going to review just now, it's an American and it's a bourbon, and it's the Buffalo Trace. 80 on the Richter scale for the Buffalo Trace. This is one that up until about that much I had never tried before. I'd seen it in the supermarkets before, never ever thought about buying it, and then last year I decided to build up a sort of collection of whiskey, and it was one of the first ones I bought because I'd watched a few reviews of it and people were saying good things about it. So mostly American reviewers. Haven't seen many UK reviewers doing this one. So anyway, enough babbling, let's get the Buffalo Trace in the glass. There we go. Nice generous measure in the Glencairn glass. Just your typical sort of copper whisky colour. Actually it looks, as I look on my little screen on my camera, it looks more copperish on that than it does in the glass in front of me, believe it or not. Must be the lighting or something. Anyway, we'll go in here for the nose of the Buffalo Trace. I'm not going to bore you about the history of the distillery or whatever. I dare say there's people out there have already told the story and how it was made and what they used to do and who the master distiller is and all that jazz. I'm just here to have a go at it. Little nose, little taste, giving my thoughts on it. So anyway, put my cork back in the bottle. Give it a little nose. See what I can come up with. Smells very, very soft. Nice light wood. Nice light woody, sort of like woody cast coming through there. A little bit of vanilla. A little bit of spice as well. Can't identify what the spice is, to be honest. But smells very, 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 very expensive, to be honest. It does smell like a top of the range bourbon I'm going to drink. I know that in the States, I have heard that it really is a really bargain basement sort of bourbon to buy. I think it's widely available everywhere and it's at a reasonable price. Over here I got it in Asda, which everyone in the UK will know about Asda, but if anyone from America is watching this review, Asda are actually all owned by Walmart. So that's how we're getting these types of whiskies and stuff now in Scotland. So anyway, it's all about the taste, so let's go in here, trying the Buffalo Trace straight bourbon whiskey, 80 on a Richter scale. Slangy Valley, with a little taste. Man, that's smooth. That's real smooth, that. As I said before, it's got the light sort of oak. It's got the vanilla. The spice is coming through. And I'm one to say pepper. But I'm probably saying the wrong thing. But it's got that sort of peppery burn. Not a massive burn. But the spice in it is really, really nice. It's very, very pleasing. A little bit of brown sugar. Catching that now as I went in there for my second sip. My father was a whisky drinker all his days, and he used to tell me when you were drinking your first whisky, it didn't matter how long you had been drinking whisky, you would never appreciate it until you tried your second one. That was always his tip. you appreciated what the distiller, the master distiller, or the top man, you appreciated what his creation when you were always on your second whiskey, which I tend to agree with him, to be honest with you. It's got that sort of mouthfeel as well. You've got the creamy toffee, the spice. It's also got that sort of wetness that you would get if you had like a handful of raisins. If you know what I mean. Like say you'd been eating a handful of raisins, get nice juiciness about it as well. It's very, very pleasant, very, very easy to drink. I'm going to put on the eye furniture, look at the bottle, and see if there's anything on the bottle at all I can say anything to it. It just says Buffalo Trace Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey on the back. It just basically tells you the story of the buffalo. I dare say that is. I'm not going to bother reading that anyway, but here we go. Put it up there if you want to have a go at it. 80 on the Richter scale. It's an absolute corker of a bourbon. What I'm getting just now, I'm getting a little throwback. Now I'm getting a nice creamy toffee finish on it, which is very pleasing. I've just put a little bit of water in it now to waken it up and actually just see if it's going to bring anything else or soften or make, you know how some whiskey, some waters, not all some waters, water sometimes wakens the dram up. So anyway, we'll go in here for a nose again. It's brought out the little bit of vanilla. Getting that sort of creamy, silky toffee. We'll go in here again. Little sip of the Buffalo Trace. 80 on the Richter scale, Sanjiva. Man, that is superb. That is really, really nice. That is so light, so moreish, creamy toffee. The spice, the water has sort of tapered down the spice a little bit. Nice oak backdraft you're getting after you've swallowed. You get the, excuse me, you're getting the sort of nice throwback of some nice toasty oak. This is a beautiful, beautiful bourbon. Yeah, top draw this. I'm new to the bourbon game. I've drank the usual. Everyone that I know that drinks American style whiskies all started Jack Daniel's Jim Beam route. A lot of them were for a long time are very, very hard to find, but now more and more of our supermarkets in Scotland are starting to carry a lot of the American branded whiskies, and now we're getting a chance to try them. But this is, I would probably, the next time I was in the supermarket and I was looking for a bottle of an American whiskey and this was sitting beside the Jack Daniel's, I'd probably pick this one up. This one has got more character than Jack Daniel's, although Jack Daniel's sometimes is a favourite of mine as well, but this one I would say for the money, I think I only paid something like £18 for it in Asda. This is a bargain. So if you've seen it in the shelf and you like your whiskies, you like your Jack Daniel's, you like your Jim Beams, your stuff like that, have a go at this and treat yourself. Buffalo Trace, absolutely fantastic. So what am I going to go, so fucking drunk, what am I going to give this, the Buffalo Trace? I'm going to give the Buffalo Trace a 4.9 out of 5. That is a top bourbon. So anyway, if you've had the Buffalo Trace before, you agree with me, you don't agree with me, or you want to leave a comment below, or if you stuck around to the end of the video, thank you very much. Slangy var, and I'll catch you hopefully in another whisky review. Ciao for now, keep drinking the good whisky.